Professor of Peace and Conflict Research at Uppsala University. Ashok, thank you very much indeed for your time. Stark numbers there painting a very bleak picture for the people of Sudan. What's your assessment of how bad things have got and if there's any light at the end of the tunnel?
Thank you for having me. I think the situation is terrible, as you have already described. The situation has not been terrible right now. It has been quite bad for more than 2 years, since April 2023. The world has kept its eyes shut to the ongoing crisis, ongoing violence, ongoing mass killing in Sudan. Unfortunately, there has been very little external forces are doing, or even though internationally it is being discussed. The other conflicts have taken over the media space and the discussions around the world. So Sudan has been out of the the international media attention, international popular attention, international government's attention for more than 2 years now. What is happening since last month is much more terrible, because the fighting has escalated further. And I think that has really led to much more violence, much more killing. And as I said, it's the UN Relief Agency chief has described it. Though it's not only the Darfur region, which has been the crime scene, mass murder crime scene. It's actually the whole country has become a crime scene. And in this crime scene, I think though it is happening between the two actors, Sudanese army and RSF, they are fighting among themselves in an internal civil war. But I think there has been the external actors are directly involved, and they are not doing enough. The kind of things which is being told that the European Union is trying, the kind of, after 2.5 years, they have woken up and put some kind of restrictions or some kind of, taking some steps. But that is, European Union is a minor player in this. It's, I think, what is happening with the US and the local actors and the regional actors, which are the Middle East actors, are extremely important to bring that conflict to end.
Well, as you say, the EU said it's going to step up its outreach to countries that are acting as enablers of the conflict. Donald Trump says he's going to start working on Sudan, having had that meeting with the Saudi Crown Prince, and the EU has announced sanctions. I mean, is this too little too late?
It is too little, but it's never late, because you had to be stopped. The thing is, I think what you can do little, to be honest about it. You is a minor player, particularly the kind of actors are involved here. The US, Trump, if he really puts his mind to it, as you rightly mentioned, he brought it up. It has been mentioned a few times. And when the Saudi Arab Prince was visiting, and that's the time it was really came out quite strongly from Trump's tweet. But I think he needs to put his mind, and particularly the actors, what I mentioned, regional actors and Middle Eastern actors, those who are involved, if they can be restrained to bring this conflict, or at least to put the forces, or to ask to make these two warring parties in the country to stop the conflict. You need to stop the conflict or violence fast, then the humanitarian help can come in. But I think as long as the conflict is going, and the conflict doesn't have the similar type of sanctions, particularly from the powerful groups outside, this is not really going anywhere, because the two actors, those who are involved in these conflicts, are so much into the power grab. They don't see that the killing and mass violence which is taking place in their country, which has taken more than half of the country to, begging for the food. And this is where, and the more than 50,000 people have been killed, more than 20 million people have been displaced. This is not really going to stop them any more violence, because they have been immune to it. So it's only international pressure can stop this violence fast, and then the humanitarian aid can come in.
Yeah, and the two forces are very evenly matched, which means it's likely to carry on. Ashok, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Ashok Swain there from Uppsala in Sweden.